We're seen as sexually irresponsible, poor decision makers.
They see promise there. They
They
see
don't.
the future in children. You're
What?
not going to hear anything bad about you being a single mom.
Grown man, I would only date single mothers.
A woman with a baby is more experienced. No, it's okay. I got enough experience from me and my woman.
I'm not depressed over our situation. I am simply overstimulated.
If you have to go through husband number 3 before you get it right, please do it.
Sometimes I am so sick and tired of being a single mom.
Hey y'all, so I want to respond very quickly to a conversation that is really important that I saw on Instagram. And it's in regards to single black mothers and this idea that single black mothers are not as valuable as women who don't have children. And this conversation was taking place on tonight's conversation. And one of the panelists, Candace, asked a question, sort of a rhetorical question, if you will, to people who have this particular perception that she says, imagine missing out on one of the most profound emotional and spiritual relationships or experiences of your life because of your bias, which she didn't use that word, but it's the word that I'm using, because of your bias. And the reason why I frame it as a bias, y'all, is because when we talk about single black mothers in particular, not only is it intellectually irresponsible,
How?
but it's also
Intellectually
completely
irresponsible?
culturally irresponsible to not talk about single black mothers in the context of the racist, misogynistic stereotypes that are often associated with single black mothers. So usually single black mothers are associated with being welfare queens, loud, bitter, ghetto, gold diggers. They're looking for somebody to come in and to replace the father who wasn't able to fulfill or chose not to fulfill his responsibilities. We're seen as sexually irresponsible, poor decision makers.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? This
Seems
is
all
typically
right.
how single black mothers are seen. Now, I want to be clear, y'all, because this is
I gotta say this, right? Because I know how she feels. She feels like, oh, black women are getting the brunt of everything. It's not just black single mothers. It's mostly all single mothers. That's white, Indian. There are not many Indian, right? Asian, not many, but still, there's quite a few. All single mothers, all across the United States. That's really what it is. Men don't want any single mothers. But let me let you finish.
where we get into like a sticky kind of conversation. I am not suggesting that there are not single black mothers in the world who don't perpetuate or sort of live within some of these connotations or perceptions. What I am suggesting is that when you think of a single black mother, in the first place your mind goes is liability, then we have to, and again, I'm using this language because this is how people talk. We have to begin to ask ourselves, why are we thinking about single black mothers only in that fashion? This goes into my point that I was making about Kanye West's mother being described in a documentary as just a single black mother. None of her accolades, none of her accomplishments, nothing about her being the chair of the English department at Chicago State University was mentioned. She was just a single black mother. That was it, right? So why would we want to date an identity or a group of people that, as far as I'm concerned, have been framed in a particular way for decades?
Until you change your attitude.
Look, what's happened, and I would say, look at some of the things you said when you named single black mothers. Do you see yourself as one of them? All right? Do you see yourself as one of them? Because not every man is looking at a black single mother that way. A lot of them are, but not every man. Right? Not every man is saying, I want to date you, but most of them are. You gotta go with the odds, unfortunately. So out of 1 million men, You may have a chance with 10,000 of them. You got to go with the odds. Seriously. So what do? Instead of getting on there and going at black men, saying single mothers are not marriage material, question mark, and wanting black men to change how they think, how about you change some things? Yes. How about you work on yourself? Because I'm looking at you. Now, I'll say this. There are single black mothers who are dined out, diced to the socks. Is that you? Let me cook. Let me cook. That are everything a man wants. There are some walking around like that. That a man wouldn't know if she never said she wasn't a single mother. When I look at you, I see the single mama handbook. And you're the picture on the cover. That's serious. Fat single. Why are you looking at me like that? The ghetto queen? Because that's a yeah. Why would you even say that? Why would you mention that? It's affecting you. But how you present yourself is everything.
Cares that you're a single mom. This rhetoric that you hear online, it does not exist in real life in higher income spaces. Okay? It's actually seen as a bad thing to stay in bad relationships with people who are educated and have money. Like, why would you stay in a bad relationship is kind of the mentality. There's not this complex towards children like they're a problem, because people who are educated and have wealth see the next generation as something to be protected and something to invest in. They see promise there. They see the future in children. So you will notice that when you are in these spaces, you're not going to hear anything bad about you being a single mom. Okay? It's looked at as you're the parent who stayed and you are doing the hard work to raise.
Delusional.
She just told a big fat lie. Like, what? Look, when you're a man of influence, right? You know who you're judged by? You're judged by your wife. Yes. They judge a man of influence by his wife. And single mothers all throughout society are looked down upon. It's a red flag. Instant red flag. A lot of guys, you say I'm a single mom. No, I don't want to deal with it. That's just how it is. And then with the internet, it's gotten worse. So how do you get on the internet and lie like that? These women are crazy.
I've been seeing a lot of single mom rants come across my timeline where y'all are literally crying and boo-hooing and snot bubbles and stuff like that, talking about how hard it is to be a single mom and telling other girls not to do it, and having these rants where life is just so hard for you. And as a single mother myself, I'm trying to figure out where I can relate, because I can't. I ultimately enjoy being a mother. It is something that I always wanted to do.
Ah, man. She just bashed women getting on here and telling the truth to make it seem like being a single mother is easy. You gotta be kidding me. What is going on? I'm truly in the Matrix. This is the Matrix. I need to get out. Is this real? Is this real?
And as crazy as it sounds, I went into my last marriage knowing that there was a chance that I could be by myself, because the divorce rates were what they were. And if my husband, was mistreating me or cheating on me, then I have to be ready to walk away from that. And any children I bear in that relationship, they will ultimately more than likely be my responsibility. And I knew that. I don't really shed tears because I'm a single mother. Like, I might cry over other things, but I've always wanted to be a mom. And so therefore I created a safe, structured environment for myself and my children, and a schedule. I feel like a lot of y'all that be crying, y'all don't be having no set schedules. Y'all have just taken anything, taking a job that's across town that you really can't get to, and is going to stress you out because you're going to have issues coming to get your baby from daycare on this day and that day. Like, I feel like a lot of y'all be setting yourselves up to be stressed out, not creating schedules, not disciplining your children. And a lot of y'all be young that be doing all this crying, okay? and y'all just be really wanting to go outside is what it's seeming like to me. Like, it's so hard. I never have no free time. Like, what is it that you trying to do now that you is a mom? Not saying that you don't deserve no free time, but you better find other things to keep you happy, baby. Because doing all this crying about being a single mother, like, I don't know if I can relate. Like, I genuinely enjoy being a mom, single or not, with a man or not. I always wanted to be a mother. It is what it is. I wasn't finna sit here and cry. And I feel like the women that do be crying, it really be because y'all want to go outside. Y'all don't have enough time to party, date, freak off, or you just want your time to yourself. And baby, I don't know if you didn't understand that when you got with that man, that any children you reproduce was going to be ultimately up to you to take care of. Anything could have happened to that man. He could, pass away, leave your ass, anything. And those kids will be dependent on you. Some of y'all be having to pull this together, and I know we be having some days, but being a single mom itself, I wish I would stop saying that it's so hard, because not everyone can relate to it being hard. Create a schedule, get you some money, life be a little bit better. I love my babies, and they know mom don't play that. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Well, I think you made a lot of sense. I heard you out. I think you made a lot of sense. But what you have to understand is a lot of these ladies are undisciplined. I don't know. You come across like you had a good role model in your life. You learned a lot of things that these ladies don't have the opportunity to learn. I think a lot of the things you said were right. Some of them are feeling that way. But I saw a woman who is on her grind, all about her business, still crying because she took her baby to the gym and she can't leave her baby alone because the baby cries and cries and cries. So what you said actually is wrong. It's not all because they want to do that, right? There's so many different situations. Being a single mom is hard. You have a husband now. You probably had a man around. I don't know. Yes, having schedules, all that work. That's all fine and dandy. But I saw ladies who had it together, but it's hard. It's not easy. If I was a single dad, it'd be hard. I'd had some days I want to break down too. So I have to dismiss a lot of what she said because it is hard.
If I was a grown man, I would only date single mothers.
Mm-mm.
Spoken from a woman that's a single mother. Jesus Christ, why do they keep trying to feed us? We don't want it. We are not intrigued by single mothers. No matter how you dress it up, no matter what you tell us, stop trying to feed us. We don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Single mothers are not a good deal for a man. It's really simple, and it's blowing my mind how much women are trying to push this narrative like we really gonna spend for it. It's not gonna work out. Nope. We don't want nothing to do with y'all. With all due respect. Yeah, there's an occasional guy that will come in and be, Mr. Superman type vibe, but the majority of us don't want that. We want to start our own storyline. We don't want to play another man's saved game. We don't. We got our own memory cards. We don't want to have to play under another man's saved game. We don't want it. Stop trying to force feed us this single motherhood. Oh, a woman with a baby is more experienced. No, it's okay. I got enough experience from me and my woman. You can keep it.
Real talk.
I keep the change.
Great point. That's how most men feel. Dress it up, paint it, put rainbows on it. Doesn't matter. Men don't want it. And men don't want you.
And as a single mother, I want to make this clear. I'm not bitter. I'm not depressed over our situation. I am simply overstimulated. I'm overstimulated from being the full-time mother, the full-time employee, having to take care of my physical, mental well-being as well as my child's. I'm not bitter. I'm overstimulated. I'm going to say it again. I'm not bitter. I'm overstimulated. I'm not bitter. I'm overstimulated. Why? Because you get to be out here doing whatever you want to do and having fun and getting your child whenever you want to. And me, I have to be the full-time parent by default. Now, do I mind? No. Do I love my child? Yes. But I shouldn't have to validate that and make it feel like, oh, she talking about us because she's bitter. No, I am simply overstimulated.
There you have it. A lot of women are. And the reason why you are, because you weren't meant to do it alone. You weren't. A woman shouldn't raise kids alone. It's not good for the kids. It's not good for her. She turns into a man. Like the woman that was saying, it's easy. It's easy. She looked like a man. Let me get another picture of her. Look at her. She has that vibe somewhat.
I cracked it. The biggest manipulation society is using on single women, growing women, young women today is demonizing single motherhood. Let me tell you what they are trying to achieve. They are trying to make you scared of being a single mother, make you so terrified of walking away of children. So you have to stick to men who are not doing right by you just because you don't want to join the label of single mothers. Now, everywhere you go, you get on Twitter, all you're going to see is single mothers are baggages, single mothers are these, single mothers are bad, those single guys should marry a single mother. You don't see anybody ever castigating a single father. You don't see anybody ever talking about why these women are single mothers.
You let them hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
Because they are trying to make you terrified of being a single mother, and not in a good way, in a way that makes you want to stay in toxic relationships that does not benefit you, that takes from you, that drains you, just so you don't turn out to be a single mother. Let me tell you something. If you have to go through husband number 3 before you get it right, please do it.
Why are you attacking single moms? Single moms are heroes. They do the work of a man and a woman all by themselves. Bull. They chose that life. And for all you out there who always say, oh, well, what if the man left? The man rarely leaves, dummy. Look it up. It's been documented, well documented. It's the women who leave. So guess what? They put themselves in that situation, and now they ruin that child's life because he doesn't have a dad around. Yeah, that's right. I didn't grow up with a fucking single parent household, thank God. And I sure as hell wouldn't date one because they already made their choice. They already made their choice, and now they've got to live with that choice. And they need to get with one man and one man only, the baby's father. You're not a stepdad, so you shouldn't date him.
Now, marriage is such a big decision. Having a child with someone is such a big decision that I will encourage you to be very careful, make the right decision, look for red flags and run away from them. But if after all your carefulness you end up in a wrong situation, please.
You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
Being a single mom.
But even if doesn't matter, forget husband number 3, husband number 8. I see that coming next.
That can never ever be worse than being in a toxic relationship that does not benefit you, that does not fuel you, but rather drains you. This is their tactics. We're going back in time. This is their tactics, nothing else. And let me tell you something, every day single mothers are getting married. There are men out there that are willing to be men. Don't let anybody fool you. Period.
I really didn't know how to start this video. I want to always be honest and share the raw and real and the raw about being I know everyone is probably struggling, but to get this off of my chest because my heart is literally so heavy. So as y'all know, I'm a single mom to 4 kids. One of my kids' dads, he is on child support, but because I haven't really been getting any consistent payments, and then I just discovered that he may be working undercover, not doing drugs and stuff, but basically he could have another number that he's working under besides his social security, and he's behind $2,000 or almost $2K. He never sees our daughter and he doesn't care. But anyways, that's besides the point. Right now, I'm sitting in the dark because I fell behind on my bills. And I always said luckily, my kids are not here and they won't know what's going on because hopefully by then the lights will be back on miraculously. Did I say that right? I hope so. It's taking a lot to share stuff like this because there's a lot of judgment here on social media, but you never know who is going through the same things as you. And sometimes I am so sick and tired of being a single mom because it's like I keep hitting like roadblocks.
Stop right.
Today is one of those days. Like I woke up, I got the kids out to school on time, and I was really happy about that. But right now, I'm sitting with my emotions and processing this because it's not a bad life. And I am not my struggle in life. I never asked to be a single mom, but to protect myself and my kids, that was the only choice I had. Like, I'm literally shaking. And these are the times where I wish I had my mom just so I could call her and just tell her that life is fucking hard. Financially struggling and being a single mom while dealing with kids that may have autism or they do have autism is so hard. People think it's so easy to just pick up and go get a job. It's not. I lost my CNA license last year because I wasn't able to work. And do y'all know how hard I worked for that? And I studied my butt off to pass that test. And I realized that it's okay because maybe God was telling me like it's time for something new. So I let that go. Not tripping on that. I miss my residence though. And this is the raw and real reality. And I know most people, they may be going through the same thing, but they're scared to share because of judgment from other people. But we have to stop judging people because you literally never know what someone is going through. One day things could be perfect, and then the next, you just never know. So if you're going through something similar, just give yourself grace and just know that everything is going to work out. And that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Just because I haven't posted today. I was, but I was like, it doesn't even feel right. And I wouldn't know what to say, but I just thought I would share. Because I know people are probably like, why is she sharing this? Because it's my life right now and it's real.
Yeah, man. I love this. I don't love that she's going through this. I don't. But I love that she's being honest. Because what is it doing? It's creating awareness that it's not easy. That's why I got a little bit ticked off when a woman was making it seem like it's easy. Like it's not easy at all being a single parent. And a lot of women have to go through this and they become a single mother. They have the baby thinking I can get the man. I don't feel sorry for them, but it's a sad case, right? Many sad cases out there. Where they go, oh no, I'm gonna keep him. I know he's gonna love me. Not that's not gonna make him love you. Like one of the last videos I reacted to, the girl made herself a single mother, and she had her mother that told her, marry before you carry. And she got upset when the mother wanted to disown her and the baby. The mother said, you're not bringing the baby. I'm not taking care of your baby. That's not my baby. The mother told her. And girls need to see this because they see the struggle. They don't see, like, she probably doesn't qualify for financial aid or Section 8 or food stamps. I don't know. Maybe she does, but sometimes people don't, or sometimes it's not enough. As you see, she had a CNA license before she lost it. It's wild out there. It's not easy at all.
I want to share my story with you, and I, in hopes that you'll take heed. And the moral of the story is to protect yourself, to understand people change, and to always look out and have your own back, even when you're married, right? So I'm married legally. I'm not with that person, but we were together for 10 years. So originally, we're from Arkansas. So he had finished school. I had put him through school, and he got a good job. So he gets a good job in California. He takes the job. So with his job, he's required to travel or whatever, and he would come home whenever he could. So he said he got sick of the distance, and he wanted us to move to California. I was very reluctant to this because our relationship was terrible. It was really rocky. But I was like, I really want my marriage to work, so I'm willing to consider it. And so he tells me, when you move to California, go ahead and quit your job so we can start focusing on our family business. So I'm like, I don't really want to do that because I was taught you don't never depend on a man. I always get your own bag. And I've always been independent. I always have taken care of myself without him. So I also want to add to this story, just a sidebar. All these years that he has not been great to me, he was always an excellent dad. And when he could provide for my
It's good
kids,
to
he
say that.
always did. He wasn't necessarily a consistent provider, and sometimes he would slack, but he would get himself back together. And he always had my back when it came to our
It's good.
children. Let me say that. So me and the kids, we leave Arkansas, we pack up, and we move to California. Keep in mind, we don't know a soul here in California. We don't know nobody. Only people we know is him. So I moved and I quit my job like he asked and trying to start focusing on starting the family business. Y'all, I BS you not. It's like one day that man woke up and it was just a different person for our kids. Like he just stopped providing in the way that he once provided. He became really careless towards me and the kids, and he started saying things like, I wish I kept y'all stupid in Arkansas. It was just weird. Like I was used to him treating me like that, but saying stuff like that about the kids, I was not used to that because he's always been 10 toes down about our kids. So a month within us moving here, about a month and a half, he just says, "Hey, I don't want to be a husband no more. I don't want to be a daddy no more. Y'all in the way of how I live. I want to be free and live my life. I deserve to live my life how I want to." And that man left us. Let
Mm.
me add for someone else, which is fine, but whatever. But something so interesting about this experience, considering that he made so much money, was when he left, he stopped financially supporting after he had me move somewhere where I don't know a soul and asked me to quit my job within a month and a half of making me move to California. Of course, after he said that, he tried to come back. But I was like, you didn't abandon me and my kids and then told us you don't owe us and you don't give a F about us and a bunch of other horrible things he said to us. I was done. I'm like, I know I ain't got no job. I don't know how I'm gonna make it. But I'm done with you. If you could bring me somewhere with some kids and abandon me, I'm done. Once he left, so did the financial support. He doesn't help me at all. I never in a million years expected that from him because from his track history, been with him for years, always an excellent dad. Me and him might be at odds, but he gonna come through for those boys. So I never thought like he would drag us to California, have me to quit a job, and then abandon us and say, I don't want nothing to do with y'all no more. So I was super shocked. But I learned a valuable lesson that I hope you young ladies learn too. People change. And do not put your livelihood in the hands of nobody, not even your husband, because people are fickle and they can change. Always get your own money.
This right here, I knew it was going to be one of these. This is person to person, from that girl to someone else. It's like a one in a million chance. A lot of times, guys aren't just looking to do that to women, right? It happens, but it doesn't happen every day. So she'll say that, and then the girl will hear the story because women are hearing it right now and say, "Oh yeah, I know that. That's why I don't got a man now. You can't trust him." No, that's not why you don't have a man now. You don't have a man because of your attitude, right? All she doesn't realize it though. She told her story. This happened to her, but women are gonna take this and run to the mall with it. Not run to the mall, but you guys know what I'm saying. Run with it and use that for some kind of excuse as to why they don't got a man, because they can't trust him. And actually, that'll keep them from getting a man.
Nobody ever talk about how traumatizing it is to have female friends and to have females around you in general. That goes for friends and family. So for one, the secret animosity. The more you be around women and the older you get, the more you realize that women really don't like each other for real. Another thing I noticed is that some women will only get close to you just to see what you got going on, to see what your man is like, to see what your income is, to see whatever goals you got. Another thing that be blowing me is how you will think that this person is your friend and you will be telling them all of your personal business, and the whole time they'll be going back telling somebody else. I'm at the point where I don't tell nobody nothing about me. And it sucks because you can genuinely like this girl or this woman or whoever you hanging with, and the whole time you realize once y'all fall out that this person never even liked you for real. I'm gonna keep it real. I've never been a girl's girl. Never will, never have, because I see how fake women are. Every point in my life I always keep between 1 to 2 female friends, and that's it.